So let's go into the DoD's A&P program. I've had this question before, and the difference between that program and what we do prep courses. And it's really not like this is better than the other. It's not. If anything, you can probably enhance your experience in a prep course. So uh, I gained a lot of knowledge in the DoD's A&P program because I had a friend that I deployed with who ended up becoming one of the program managers up there. And Dave Chamberlain, who is our director of training, was one of the founding members of the DoD's A&P program. So I got some insights on that. And I actually, when I was in the reserves in my last year, I dabbled in it to see, what's it about uh, and how we can provide value. So the DoD A&P program is a FAA recognized program that can accelerate you to, or not really accelerate, but it can help you provide some of the knowledge you learn in a Part 147 school. And if you want to see what kind of task or what some of the subjects you'll be learning in this program or in the A&P program, or even in an interview with an FAA, highly recommend Googling Part PART 147 Appendixes B, C, and D. So they will break down to the general, airframe, and power plant. And it gives you a list of tasks a FSDO would like you to know about. And again, you don't have to be 100% proficient on these, and you don't have to know everything about them. I believe if I looked in the regs, it's 50% that you'd be knowledgeable on things. And the FAA inspectors are gonna say, hey, I recommend you looking into this stuff. And you just dabble with it. But the DoD program, the DoD's A&P program, it will give you chapters for you to study. You'll read some of the concepts and understand some of these concepts, and you just read it. And at the end of that chapter, you'll have a 10-question quiz. Again, it's been over a year, but that was the latest update that I received from my buddy who was the program manager and heading this kind of a redo of this program. And it's great. And it's a great knowledge to go through the books. You accomplish the reading and the quizzes. Then in the next step, you'll go and you'll talk to all these different AFSCs like sheet metal, how to do some of these tasks. And then you'll have an E6 or above sign it off, or another A&P sign it off once you accomplish these tasks. So it's getting yourself into the mix of these tasks is going to be great to prepare you for a prep course and the orals and practicals with a DME. And all this is free. This is free for you to do. Just gotta take the time. It's not a bad path at all. It's actually pretty great if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of things. Because in a prep course, it's fast paced. It's super fast, and you're really not. You are learning things, but not in the pace you want. You're gonna be learning things really fast, and it could be overwhelming. It's all day, all night studying, and you might have to do some of these tasks. Like here, if you didn't feel comfortable with the project that we did, we go over it so you can be proficient in it. And instead of just running you through. And some guys, they pick it up really fast, but if you don't get it just before your test, we can go over some of this tasks. That's the great thing about the size that we have, is that we can make that time and go back. And we also have videos so you can learn. So if it's late at night and nobody's around, you can check out our videos. But the DoD's A&P program gets you in the books, quiz yourself after each of those chapters, and then you have an opportunity to go perform some of these tasks. I don't know how many tasks there is. that this program has you to do. But it's a great program. And then after you're done with this program, you could get your FAA Form 8610-2, but I think they just revised it. They'll send you a certificate of eligibility, and it'll have all the seals from the branches and this diploma-looking certificate. And you can use that to go into the test centers. Everywhere you go, you need to have an FAA approved documentation, whether it's the COE, Certificate of Eligibility, or your FAA Form 8610-2, aka tickets. So, like I said, the prep course is fast-paced. Some of these are 2 to 3 weeks long, and it's a lot of studying. And you're not going to know everything about it. A little Cessna 172. The prep courses are perfect for people who really don't care about what's the content. They just want to pass their exam and get their certificate so they can go back to work on their multi-million-dollar aircraft. But there is some guys who want to work on bug beaters, work on Cessna. And let me tell you, super simple aircraft, super simple, like easy to work on. It's like working on in a 50s Chevy. Simple systems, nothing really complex. And if you have a chance to go work on some of these, get some practice, go get some experience, go work on it. And if you want to take the 147 school, go ahead. It's, if you want to get into that deep down into it, you can. But if you're the type who want to go work on a very highly advanced aircraft, maybe it's not for you to go 147 school, because they don't really dive deep into that stuff. And going into a prep course just to get in, get out, those, if you're the type that wants to go back and work on multi-million-dollar aircraft just to get a certificate to satisfy what the employers are looking for, a prep course is perfect for you. And even if you're not a strong studier, you might just be prepared that you might take a couple of extra tests, because it's very, very overwhelming, the information that you have to study. And we typically try to work with people to give them extra days, couple of days to do that, because it could be stressful taking multiple tests of the same test and then coming back with your tail between your legs that I didn't pass the first time. And that's something that we are really working on to minimize that part, minimize the failures on the first exams. So that's some of the differences. Prep courses, in and out, knock it out.